Oh, I've got a thumbs up already. That's nice. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I'll just put that over my shoulder. Hi, Apple. Hi, GMR5. Thought I'd do something different today and do some Lenormand. So I'm going to just run through the headlines here. Hi, Wendy Kay. Hi, Grandmere D. Feisty Butterfly Tarot, hello, how are you? Yes, I am. I don't do it nearly enough, so I thought I'd take an opportunity and do a few readings, get a different perspective on some of the things. Hi, Sheila, how are you? So I'm going to use Lenormand cards today, and I've got quite a few different decks. Yeah, so I've got some classic decks and I've got my steampunk ones. So yeah, and I've got notes with me because hi, Bonnie Russell. Hello, Eileen Gamachi. Hi, nice to see a new name. I hope you like what you see. If you're new, hi, Catherine Bush. Hi, Michelle Mabel. Yeah, I just thought I'd do something different. I was taking photos of some of the decks for my ever never-ending website building, which I don't do nearly enough of. And, yeah, so I thought I would, and it took me to getting some new notes on things and stuff. So what I thought I'd do is for each question, I'd do the 9-card layout, which is this one here. And it's got past, present, and future across the rows, and the columns and the lines are state of mind for the top one, environment for the second, and contributing factors. So I thought I'd do that. And I've got lots of notes here at hand that are easily for me to read if I want to look at keywords and stuff like that. So, hi, Flora. Hi, Cartomancy. Yeah. Could I show that again, please? Of course I could. So this is the 9-card layout I'm going to be using on all cards, on all the readings today. And it's past, present, future are the columns, and the rows are state of mind, environment, and contributing factors. So that'll be really interesting to see how they all interplay with each other. Now, Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are separating. Russia reports Russia conducted a missile test. Oh, that's interesting. Hi, Sharon Sipe. I might get onto it then. Hello to people who aren't commenting but are still watching. Thank you for joining me. Now, I haven't done Lenormand in a while, so I do have notes to the side, okay? Because this is, I'm not going to pretend to know it all. What's this? Oh, this is the steampunk kipper, or the steampunk Lenormand. It's the other one. Everyone knows I love my steampunk. It's steampunk. Apart from the Sibylla system, every system I use, I have some steampunk cards. So, yeah. 2, 3, 4. I'll just do a count. 6. Oh dear, these have all gotten mixed up, so I'm just going to have to make sure. I'll have to sort them out, so I'll have to use them another time. I seem to have gotten a bit mixed up because they have some extras, so the steampunk's going to have to go aside. Never mind. Anyway, what I'll do is go for a oldie but a goodie, and the good old this deck here. I can't read German. And what do you reckon we should look at? High sign 171 sign in High Teresa Barca. Flora High. I'm thinking Rudy Giuliani. Let's have a look at what the cards say. Rudy Giuliani. About Rudy Giuliani. I know the tarot said pretty much ruined, but let's have a look at what Lenormand say about him. So, well, the man flipped out, and that's him. The tree, birds, a house, book, secret, the tower, yep. The rider, the whip, conflict, and the boat, or clouds, 6s, clouds. Okay, let's have a look. So, first we've got the man, and that is his past. He was the man in the past. He was America's mayor. He was the guy who brought down the Italian mob. He was well respected. Okay. Now, the tree, it's about health. So, his health is, at present, his health is an issue. Okay. We'll leave the future line for the moment. So, his state of mind. In the past, he was the man. He could do no wrong. This was his state of mind. Now his state of mind is being taken up by health issues. Yeah, possibly healing, but possibly not. Lineage even, and that could be ancestry. So also he could be thinking about the legacy that he's left his kids. That could be on his mind at present too. What has he left his kids? But we'll know more as we go down. Okay, I'm leaving the third line, the future line, for last. In his environment is the house. House, dwelling, family. His family is gathering around him. And he's glad for that. He's happy for the hut, for them to be there. He's trying to get close to home. Well, in the past, well, actually, no, we're looking in the past line. So his family was really, really important, and building his family and building his family's reputation was really important to him. But what's happening at present is we have the book, and the book is about secrets, learning. He's got secrets, I'd say, because it's present tense. He's got lots and lots of secrets that I would say are going to be coming to light. Okay, lots of secrets in his environment. In the past, the important thing in his environment was his home, and the support you get from home. Now, the last line, which is contributing factors, in the past he would be a messenger, an emissary in the past. And who was he a messenger or emissary for in the past? Donald Trump. But what effect is that past action, being a messenger for Donald Trump, what effect is it having in the present? And of course, it's the whip, conflict, punishment, even abuse of power. So he's not too good. And also, one aspect of the whip is repetition of mistakes. Okay, bear in mind I do have some notes to the side here. I hope you don't mind me looking at them, but I have not used Lenormand in ages. So in the present, the line for the past was he was the man. Everyone loved him. He was well respected. His family and his home were so important to him. But then he became the messenger for somebody else, the emissary for somebody else. Now, that past, as he's no longer the man. He is aging, long life too, and his health is sapping, and he's worried about the legacy that he's going to leave his family, because he's left them. There's lots of secrets flying around him now and possibly coming to light about his abuse of his position and the conflicts he's created out in the community. So that's the past and present lines. Okay? And he's still creating conflict, and that is a contributing factor to his state of mind as well. His state of mind is taken up with the secrets in his environment and the abuse of power and the conflicts he participated in. Okay, that's all coming to the fore now at the present. Now we're going to look at the future, the third row. So we've taken care of row 1 and row 2. Row 1 was the gentleman, the house, and the rider. Row 2 was the tree, the book, and the whip. Row 2 was. Row 3 is the future. The first card, state of mind, is birds. Talking, chattering, gossip, social media even, older people. Stuff about him all over the place. Online, you can't get away from him. Hi, Mims, how are you? gossip, gossip, talk, talk, talk. That's all that's going to be in his future. He's going to be hearing reports after reports after reports. And as far as timelines go with Lenormand, you can get a really good little Lenormand timing thing. And if we go to the birds, morning duration, morning during migration. So talking, this could mean during a move from where he is to elsewhere during migration. Talking. This could see him either moving elsewhere to be more private or being moved elsewhere. But there's going to be talking, report after report after report after report. And it seems like he's not going to be able to get away from it. In the environment for him in the future, well, not surprisingly, we've got the Tower. Now, that shouldn't surprise anyone, okay? That should not surprise anyone. I mean, the Tower can stand for a few things. It can stand for building, organisations. It can also stand for isolation and prison. So the environment in his future could be quite an isolated one. He could be put into custody, or he could be put under house arrest, denied bail as a flight risk. So I do think things are coming to a head with Rudy Giuliani and his court troubles. Now, what is the last contributing factors? Now, the contributing factors for the future is clouds. Now, one thing about clouds is if the light side is facing you, things are going to be clearer, easier to see. Troubled times are behind you. But if the dark clouds are facing you, you are sailing into troubled times and a stormy environment. And guess which side is facing good old Rudy? The cloud, the dark side. And this is all trouble and darkness that he brought upon himself. Okay. Yeah, he's an old man and his health has suffered a bit, but I do feel that this tree is more on his mind because of family as well. What's he done? How's it going to affect his family? That's affecting his health in general as well. He wants to get away from it all, but he can't. In the future, there's just going to be yada, 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 yada. Birds. And it's just going to be total. He can't get away from it, and he's going to be feeling isolated and imprisoned, even in his own home. And this tower could flick back to the house where isolation could be in his home. So he could be under house arrest, denied bail as a flight risk. Okay? And he's got a lot of, in the future, it's just, the contributing factors for him are just troubles, issues, secrets. I'm going to have a quick look at the book. Did a book come with this one? Yes, it did. Just to have another look and see what else comes with clouds. I don't pretend to know all the Lenormand stuff, okay? A sinister omen. Hi, Clarence Fields. A sinister omen ahead for him. He's got dark times ahead. So that's what the 9-card layout says with going across and down. Might have a little bit of a look at the diagonal with the book in the centre, and that's the gentleman. Has lots of secrets that are going to cause him a lot of trouble in the future. proud, the venerated gentleman from the past has lots of secrets coming out in the present, and they're going to cause him trouble in the future. And I'm doing that diagonal. Gentleman, book, clouds. Venerated gentleman from the past. Lots of secrets are coming out about him in the present, and they're going to cause him turmoil and trouble in the future. Hi, human generic. So that's Rudy Giuliani. Okay. That's Rudy Giuliani. And I'm really glad you're sticking with me. I mean, this is a learning thing for me. Anything with Kipper, I've used quite a bit more, but with Lenormand and all that, I'm still learning a lot. So, hi, Laura Carson. So we've looked at Rudy Giuliani. So what I might do is put the cards away in this little deck. I'll give that deck a little shovel. And then I'm going to get a different deck. Hi, Book Bewitched. How are you? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope everything's going okay. So we'll put that deck aside for now. And who do you think we should look at next with the Lenormand cards? We're going to use the same layout. Who would you like me to look at next? I'll sort out these steampunk cards. Merrick Garland, how's his week going? That's a good one. I'll do that in a few minutes. I'm just going through these. I want to use the steampunk deck, so I'm going through and organizing them. Shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Tower. What have we got under here? The Rider. My Star Woman. Mountain. That one can go aside. Child. Clover Anchor. Garden. Key. Bear. Stalk. Lilies. Scythe. Moon. Dog. Oh, definitely like that dog better than that one. Fish. Okay. The whip. Woohoo. The ring here. The letter. The cross. Looking across. The fox. The child. Now we've got the child again. Can't tell whether it's a boy or girl. So that one and the woman. Okay, so these are repeat ones. All the rest are there. I just like doing that. Yes. Hi, Linda B. You had your second COVID shot. Well, hubby and I are booked in for the 18th of May to go down to our surgery and get our first shot for AstraZeneca. Oh, Liz Cheney. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to put these. Yeah. Sort that out later. So Liz Cheney, Merrick Garland. So I'll write down the list. Merrick Garland. Liz Cheney. Thank you, Fern Robin Blank. Hi, Joji. Yeah, I thought I'd do a surprise with using Lenormand today. It's all Lenormand. So, yeah, she's a good one. She's one of the good ones, Cheney. Hi, Renee. So, let's have a look. Somebody asked about Merrick Garland, and I used the steampunk because the steampunk is very much about machinery and machinery working and making machinery work in different ways. And the machinery of the law is very important to Merrick Garland. So I think we'll use the steampunk. Yes, I know, it's just an excuse. Merrick Garland, Guide to the Highest Truth and Compassion. Thank you. We had Snake come out. That's interesting. So that's that's a card that flipped out. That's not necessarily a bad card. That's his past. Present, Tower, future. Now this is the coffin. Now this is his state of mind. Snake in the past, Tower in the present, coffin in the future. I get shutting down, putting an end to. Okay. For the environment in the past, we've got book, learning, wisdom. In the present, we've got the anchor. We've got the tower and the anchor. Wow, that's really interesting. And in the future, we've got the bouquet. Oh. Contributing factors in the past. The man, that's him, or a man. Present, a letter, a document. In the future, a woman. Wow, interesting. So I'll show you the cards. The top line, in the state of mind for the past, we have the snake. The present, we have the tower. And the future, we have the coffin. In the environment, in the past, we have the book. In the present, the anchor, holding the ship steady. That's what I'm getting going through my head. And in the future, the bouquet. That's his environment. In contributing factors, we have a man in the past, a letter or a document in the present, and a woman in the future. Really interesting. So let's see where all this is going from. So we're going to do the past. Okay. Row 1, the past, the snake, the book, the man. Now the snake can represent deception, a nasty trick. It can represent women. Okay. Enemies and manipulation it can also represent. So I think this is pretty clear. What's his state of mind in the past was he was really, really enemies, manipulation. I think this is clearly what was done to him when Obama put him forward for a seat on the Supreme Court by the Republicans. Nasty, dirty trick. And they did it when they were ready. And they really, really nasty what they did. And that in the past was very much on his mind. But what was his environment like in the past? His environment was learning more, learning everything that was going on. He didn't just sit back there. No, I mean, he had a job. He still had a job to do and stuff, but he was learning things. I think he may have realised in the near past, since Biden may have spoken to him about being Attorney General right when he put his hat in the ring. So he'd been spending the past learning, buffing up his knowledge, and digging into some really, really old statutes and things like that. He's gone right back. He's really, really built up his knowledge even more, and it was vast before. If it was awe-inspiring before, it's at blow your mind status now. Hi, J-Lo. Hi, Greta. It's all Lenormand today. I've done a reading on Rudy Giuliani, and now I'm looking at Merrick Garland. Hi, Hippie Gypsy. So, what was the contributing factor to where he was at the past? Man, Mitch McConnell, I'd say. This is definitely Mitch McConnell. Big contributing factor to his past. But another contributing factor, of course, is Biden, who says, I want you to be my Attorney General. So another contributing factor apart from two other people, is his character in himself. His strength of character is definitely a contributing factor of how he handled the past. Okay. And this is interesting because another thing with the man is that he's a seeker, and he spent this time seeking knowledge in the past. The seeker underneath the book as well. So that's the past. Manipulations and betrayal from the past led him back into his books, back into his studies, back into learning, back into finding knowledge, back into being a seeker. And the other thing too about this is time-wise with the snake, it is when you're ready. he adopted the state of mind in the past. These people struck at me and I will strike back when I'm ready. Okay, so that's the past. The snake, the book, and the man. Hi, Shelby Lisa. All Lenormand today. Now, the present with Merrick Garland, we are looking at the Attorney General. So it is not surprising that the Tower is here. The Tower can represent so many things. It can represent authority, prison, prosecution, prison, authority, and it can represent long term. It can really represent long term. Can also represent what's the thing? Well, legality as well. Legality, and I saw the word endurance. Endurance. That's the word I was thinking about. And the endurance of the law. And to him, this is, of course, it's his state of mind at the moment. He is the Attorney General. So, about his environment, the anchor. The anchor can be used as keeping something in place, providing stability. It can also be used as a symbol of stagnation. But an anchor is also used to steady a ship, especially in a storm. So in Merrick Garland's environment at the moment is providing a safe anchorage for the law, steadying the ship that is the broken GOJ, giving it time to anchor in a safe place and make repairs. And this is really important to him at the present. There's a lot of repair to be done within the DOJ, and that's part of what is an important part of his environment at the moment. Now, for him, a contributing factor at the moment. Letter, document, wow. Messages. I get document. I'm getting document over this. Documentation of proof. Is a contributing factor, and documenting everything that's being done is a contributing factor. He has asked for documents of everything that happened in the DOJ over the last 4 years, above a certain level. Say if it's at, you mean the federal level, above a certain level, and involving people above a certain level. He's asked for every document, every piece, every note, everything has been handed over to him. Whether or not he's going to personally go through it or not, I don't know. I think the woman might be involved here with that. So the letter, documents, and that's a contributing factor. And why is he doing this? He's doing this because he wants the people working in the DOJ, he wants to clean house, so he needs to investigate. And he wants to steady the ship and give it a safe harbour in which it can undergo repairs. And by doing that, he has to get rid of the bad apples. Some were already there, some were brought in. And that's what's on his mind at the present. Okay, the future. Now, I've got the coffin here. which can represent, of course, death. It can also represent endings. Okay, it can represent illness. But I'm looking at it more in a time thing, and it's death is never ending. It never ends. Death never ending. Once you're dead, you're dead. There's not an end to death. You're dead, right? At least that's the theory. At least as far as for your body, you're dead. He's not looking anytime soon at the clock is ticking down. So I've got to get my thoughts together here. Bringing an end to certain people. And as long as he is in that office, it's going to be one of his priorities. He knows he can't give one thing his whole attention. One thing cannot be his one and only priority. He knows that. So it's going to be a priority for him continuously until he's done the job well into the future. He's going to be bringing an end to certain people, certain practices, certain corruptions well into the future. It's not going to end with one nail in a proverbial legal coffin. You know what I mean? Now, in his environment is the bouquet. The bouquet is a gift. It is. It's a gift. And it's also, it can also be seen as a reward. It's, you know, graciousness. It can also be seen as happiness. So in the future, what is in his environment is, and thus in the environment of the DOJ, because he is overseeing it now, he is steadying the ship. Reward, happiness, plaudits, well-earned praise. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Bouquets are also placed on top of coffins, but in this instance, I'm looking at the environment in the future, his environment in the future. His aim is going to continue to be putting an end to these bad players. The environment, his environment, and thus the environment of the DOJ will be one of much more happiness, of praise, of well-earned praise, of well-earned reward. It's not so much an actual gift, Mims. It is acknowledgement of a job well done, acknowledgement to him, acknowledgement to the people directly under him, and then under them, and so on and so on. He's going to encourage an environment of praise and reward, well-earned praise. Not reward like monetary or this or that or bonuses or gifts, but wow, you did a great job. You went above and beyond here, you know. I'm going to write you up in dispatches, that sort of thing. Now, what is a contributing factor to this future? And it is a woman, and that's not surprising, because aren't both his deputies women. It's not surprising. And they are smart. This woman is looking at her timepiece. She's been looking at her timepiece and she's looking over, and it's like, I will be keeping an eye on you. It could be information being brought to him, but I think this is just a general, because it's in the environment row, it is more about what he is going to bring about in the future through his actions. Presently, he's working on steadying the ship, and in the future, through doing this, he's going to bring about a happier agency, praise for the agency, well-earned praise, reward in whatever way that comes about. It's not, as I said, it's not necessarily material reward, but recognition, and also a reward in cases being solved, things that were shoved on the back burner being brought into the light, things like that, things that were shoved aside by bad apples, finally being able to be addressed, and all of that. And of course, contributing factor to that, a woman, in this case, two women. Now, if we were to look diagonally down, the snake in the past, the person who was wrong in the past, has struck back. He is steadying the ship, and with the help of his deputies, this will go on well into the future. A much better environment. Okay, that is Merrick Garland. Now, somebody asked me, Liz Cheney. So we'll have a look. Oh, that's interesting. Shelby Lisa just said, interesting that it got a coffin because he was raised in a funeral home business and was a licensed director and embalmer. So that's interesting. That's maybe after he retires, he might go back to helping out in a family funeral home or something. But no, I do feel that that's the future of him and the DOJ that we're talking about here. Not going to stop in his quest to bring an end to the bad players until his health forces him to, really, I think. And I think he's a very strong man. Oh, you were raised in a funeral business and was a licensed embalmer, and director. Sorry, I got that wrong. Shelby Lisa was raised in a funeral home, not Merrick Garland. Okay, thank you. That's it. That makes much more sense where you would live on that. Oh well. Yeah. Sometimes you really need to put in those pronouns and those identifiers. Okay, Liz Cheney. Let's have a look at Liz Cheney. I'm going to use a different deck. Then I'm going to try and use a different deck for everyone to read on today. And I've got a few, so, you know. Still got two more decks after this one for Lenormand. Oh, three actually, because I've got the Titania. So there's definitely openings for a few more readings. So we're going to look at Liz Cheney. And hello to everyone who's watching who has not Join the chat. You don't have to. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Nancy Figget. Hello. How are you? Yeah, got the scarf on. So, you have 3 decks as well. I have, more than 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Liz Cheney. What's happening with Liz Cheney? Okay. Yeah. Okay, this card flipped. So, in her past state of mind, we've got the book. In the present state of mind, we've got the coffin. Future state of mind, we've got the bear, authority. So we've got the book, secrets, knowledge, learning. I mean, her father was Dick Cheney. She grew up in a political family. She was learning practically from the time she started to communicate with people properly. In the present, an ending. In the future, the bear, authority. So that's her state of mind line. The environment in the past, the star, hope, direction. In the present, in her environment, the garden, a place of communication, a place of community and gathering. In the future, 10, the scythe, cut off at the knees, a sudden ending in the future in her environment. Interesting, the scythe. Now, contributing factors in the past, the key, evidence, a clue. A way past a barrier. It's interesting. Sometimes when I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's more to it than just that. At the present, contributing factors. Oh, the fox. She is surrounded by intrigue. And her future, contributing factors for her future, is clouds. Interesting. She doesn't appear in any of this, so it's going to be interesting. So I'm just going to turn over till I find the woman. Here she is. She's a strong lady. She's a very, very strong lady. So I found the woman card, the lady card. There's a couple of cards down. So I'll do. Oh, I'll do Gates as well. You want me to do Gates? See what the cards have in store for him. I mean, Giuliani's was not that good, was it? So we'll do Gates as well. This Cheney is not a bad person. She's actually pretty good. But she's got a lot happening. In the past, listening to her elders, and that was really important to her, and it really built up a great deal of who she is. She has so much to give that party if they would kick the bad apples out and start again with the few who are in those positions that really can help. But they're the ones who are being boxed in, hemmed in, confined, and they're the ones who the party is trying to end them. Trump is trying to end them. And she's one of those, and that is really on her mind at the moment. She is battling. What's on her mind is how to battle these assholes and stop them from bringing her career to an end. Could even mean she might have to end her. This could even mean she's thinking of ending her association with the Republican Party. That would be really interesting if she does. There's an ending on her mind. In her future, her state of mind, the bear. Authoritative, a person of authority. What number is the bear? 17. And change as well. No, that's a stork, sorry. It's the bear. 15, yeah. Lifestyle. That's interesting. But I've also always seen the bear as authority. In her future is authority. Authority figures. I think her future is she is going to become an authority figure in the future. The bear can also be associated with government. But whether or not she will be associated with the Republican Party as is, the current GOP, thank you, Maria Almeida, thank you very much. That is another question. But if she does break away, there'll be others that break away with her, and she'll be seen as one of those leaders. Okay. In the past, her father was her guiding light in a lot of things. But I don't think she agreed with him on everything. She is definitely a woman of her own mind. Yes, her father was her guiding light. But there were some things she would take a different direction on. But he respected that. You can see that you've got the shining star in the center here, the guiding light, and you've got her here as the cat looking up at that light. But it's interesting here, you've got the telescope that is pointing away from the most brightest star, which indicates she looks in other directions as well. So, you know, she didn't agree on everything that her father did or said. She went her own direction in quite a few things. But it was still a really steady, solid relationship and really full of wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom emanating from this card for me. And this is in her environment in the past. And the knowledge that she learned in the past is coming into play there too. Okay. Progress. Okay. Now, at present in her environment is community, working within the community, her community, the political community. There's a lot happening at the moment in her political community that is going, she's really been thinking about her ties with the GOP, the political community, the environment she is in. I don't think she's happy with that environment. There are no, despite it looking so pretty, so very pretty, there are no nice smelling flowers in this garden. In the future, here it is again, the sight, the ending, cutting off at the knees, accident, evil. Now, endings again. In the future, in her environment, there it is again, the danger. But this is different from her, on her mind, her thinking, if she's going to leave. This is something a bit different. This is a little bit of a threat to her political future. But in the future, I think there's definitely, in her environment in the future, there's definitely an ending. And I do think that she is going to end up parting ways with the GOP as is. Okay, so now we get down to contributing factors. In the past, it was key. Evidence, key of knowledge, the key that turned the book, opening the book of knowledge. Let's have a look, key 33. Important, urgent locks. Okay. She's been driven in the past by a key, by a sense of urgency. And she's been using her knowledge, and she's hopeful in the past. Evidence. This is also evidence as well. A clue, a key to a mystery. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Good night. Thank you for joining us. I'll look at my book here for this one. "100% certain." In the past, she was 100% certain of the party, where the party was going in the past. In the past, and she was on that road to success, 100% on the road to success. But at present, we've got Foxy Loxy here. Now, the fox can be work, career, creativity, but it can also be manipulation and slyness. She is really thinking about her position, her career, the environment she's in. And I think this environment, this community here is her political community, the GOP, the Republicans as they are. And she doesn't like the slyest. No, so this is contributing to whatever decision she is going to make. Falseness, cunning, lies. The fox is an indicator something is wrong. Okay. Yeah, contributing factors, the lies and the deception and the manipulation, all this is contributing to what is on her mind at the present. The future, we have the clouds. Clouds are going this way, so it's laying down and the clouds are on the right. The future is looking forward to the right. The clouds are going to clear for her. She's going to put an end to that environment herself. I'm going to do an extra line. Okay. The ship, movement away. The whip, conflict, oh yeah, and the house. More further into the future, she is going to move away. She's going to become an authority figure in the ship that floats away from the current day Republican Party. I do feel that in the future there will be a new Republican Party. Conflict, it's going to cause conflict. She's going to cut her associations with the current one. And there's going to be conflict because there's going to be quite a bit of argy-bargy between the two sectors. But she feels that she cannot stay in that manipulative and troubled and turmoiled environment. And she's moving away from it for a clearer place to be and a more settled and rewarding place with the house, a new house. New home, a new family. I think if I've read this right, Liz Cheney's going to be, no, it's going to be more of the, I feel like Kinzinger is going to be there. I quite like Kinzinger. Maybe even Mitt Romney might step up as a elder statesman type role. And I did a tarot reading the other day on George Bush and how he's speaking out is important because he's showing that bipartisanship can happen, about his friendship with Michelle Obama. You can be friends. There can be more between people than just political differences. If there's only political differences between people, how can you work together? And they work together on a few causes and they have mutual respect. So that's Liz Cheney. Okay. Who we will return our probing. Hi, Michelle Peterson. I'm doing all Lenormand today. No, not at all. I've still got to go and join that. Yeah, go ahead. Post that link. No problem. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Let's turn our probing gaze and camera onto Matt Gates. Oh, let's see. What will we use for him? I might use this lovely deck. It's called the Titania. Titania's deck. Gorgeous. And the imagery is very much like ever see those programs from the 70s, the sci-fi programs, especially the British ones used it a lot, where they tried to convey strange things happening and bright lights and things like that. And so this is the sort of imagery evoked here. So we're going to use that. Matt Gates, 9-card layout for Mr. Gates. My pleasure. I'm really enjoying this. I don't do enough Lenormand. I'm going to have to do a couple of Lenormand and Kipper sessions a month too, I think, and key card sessions as well. But I might do those as videos. We'll see. Matt Gates. In his past, the bear. Durr. I'm the big man. I'm the authority. I know everything. And this is his state of mind. Present. Ooh, clouds. Clouds gathering. Future. Oh, the whip. So the bear in the past. The clouds hanging over his head. I wonder what that could be. The whip. Punishment. Conflict. I'm getting punishment. That could be wishful thinking, so we'll have to see. Now, his environment in the past, his environment was tree, family. Well, he came from a political family. Daddy's helped him a lot. Present, his present environment is the ring. Commitment. Commitment. His environment in the future. Child. 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 Interesting. Okay, these cards are a little bit bigger than the other ones too. Okay, so we've done state of mind, his environment. Now contributing factors. Home. Spoiled brat. Secrets in the present. The book. Oh, and the bouquet. Interesting. Why would he get the bouquet for contributing? Oh. Okay. Now, this is gifts. This is gifts. Okay, contributing factors to his future. Child. Yeah, well, why would I get child in his environment in the future? Whoa. This is an interesting picture. Okay. Matt Gates. In the past, I'm the big bossy bear, I'm the big bossy bear, I'm the man, I'm the authority. Nah, 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 nah. You can't beat me. Ba-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. And it also stands for lifestyle. He used his position of authority to help fund his lifestyle. Okay? This is in the past. In his environment currently is the tree. The tree can imply many things. It can imply knowledge, it can imply wisdom, it can imply deep roots, it can imply family, lineage, it can imply health. This is in the past. And his family lineage was, of course, a big part of his environment. His daddy had his position before him in the state legislature. You know, he rode on daddy's coattails. Now, in the past, a contributing factor to him being, it was his home environment. Dwelling, his family, spoiled rotten. Spoiled rotten. I'm going to have a look at the notes on timing here for some reason. Comfortable, no rush, no rush. But he wanted to rush. I think he saw himself being president before he was 40. Whereas his family is a bit more laid back and no rush to get anywhere. Just be comfortable as you are. No, he wanted to outshine his father because his father was the big gun in the household and all that. He wanted to outshine his father, and instead of taking the slow and steady, no rush approach and doing things properly and all, he took shortcuts, and he was in a rush to make a name for himself. And I do think he honestly saw himself being the president before he was 40. That's all in the past. Now, his future, currently there are storm clouds. Storm clouds. Now, as you say, it's dark cloud. The dark clouds are actually facing the bear here, which is him. So he's got dark clouds on the horizon. And where do we think those clouds came from? Ooh, ooh, a little cloud called Greenberg, raining on his parade, maybe. He's trying to look for some light. But it's interesting here with this deck, with this thing. Yes, you've got some clearing clouds here, but you can't see here. There's clouds here, there's clouds above him, and they're joined. They're joined. There's clouds below him, and you can't see where those clouds end. So really, he's trapped himself in this little box of, it'll be okay. He is so delusional, but he's in for so much turmoil. But he's deluding himself and saying, but I'm the golden boy, nothing can happen to me, and those clouds will just all go away. Now, the ring, commitment in his environment. But the ring is a continuous circle. It does not end. So for timing, it's cyclical. It's like to me, it's like he's made the same mistake over and over and over and over. And it's just, yeah, commitment, engagements. But it's also repetition. Over and over, he's made the same mistake. He's swallowed his own Kool-Aid so many times. And the belief that he could do nothing wrong, that I've done nothing wrong. But contributing factor to where he is at the moment is somebody spilled secrets on the man. Somebody told all, and somebody is going to tell even more, and that'll be Greenberg and possibly somebody else. I think possibly even the young woman involved, if she can be kept anonymous. She was 17, 18 years at the time, and a young woman who was dazzled. She was taken advantage of. So now what is in Mattie's future? Crack! Punishment. And this is punishment. Repetitive. And why is he being punished? Because he abused his position. He abused so many things, and it involved young people, minors, you know. Just because she was turning 18 that year doesn't mean she was 18 yet, that sort of thing. That's in the environment. And here's the gifts. Yes, in the case of Matt Gates, it is actual material gifts. Payment. Reward for doing something for him. Flights, hotel rooms, things like that. And that's going to be a contributing factor to his state of mind in the future, which is, I'm being punished. Poor little me. They're abusing me. They're abusing me. Well, I'll tell you what, people don't. People in jail do not like people who corrupt minors. Yeah, so, yeah, he's made that bed for himself. I've got no sympathy. I do see justice for him. Well, not justice for him, justice for, in this case. Good night, J-Lo. Oh, good night, Mims, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So that's Matty Gates. Isn't it interesting? This is why I've been sort of playing with the Lenormand as such as well. It gives a different perspective on things, but it really does add to the story that's been built with the tarot. But in some cases, it's pretty much the same. Now, let's have a look at his future environment. Let's see if we can find out any more about his future environment. His future state of mind, his future environment, and his future and contributing factors in that future. So we're going another step into the future. The moon. Lies, deception, things coming to light. Where are we? Moon. Intuition, reputation. His environment. Ooh, bird, owl. The owl is not a happy bird. Talking. Older people. old man. Ooh, thief, the mouse, the thief, the thief. Oh my goodness, they're going to find out even more. He's stolen. Where did some of the money come from that he paid for things? Campaign. Things coming to light. Bird in his environment. Anxious, anxiety in a very anxious environment. I knew there was more to it. And anxiety in his environment. Beth, there's more coming out. I'm going to do one more line because this is fascinating. This is fascinating. Theft is going to be a contributing factor to that anxiety. And the moon. Fame, emotions, notoriety, infamous. The moon can also be about honor, fame, and work. Honor. There's no honor there. Oh, there he is. And trust me, he's feeling the heat. This is in his state of mind, which has got the bear, the clouds, the whip, the moon, and he is feeling the heat on that side, which is the side facing the other cards. He's really feeling the heat from all this. Well, he's really going to be feeling the heat from all this. Oh, lies, manipulations in his environment, anxiety, things not good, things not good things happening in his environment, the fox. And one more contributing factor. Whoa! Documentation! Whoa! Whoa! What a guy! Wow! This lad is screwed, as he should be, because, you know, wow. Yeah, he's not going to have a very good time of it. So that is Matty Gates. Coming up to an hour and a half. I might wrap it up there for today. But thank you, everyone, for joining me. I do so appreciate it. And I hope you've enjoyed the Lenormand. I'm going to do a couple every month of Lenormand or Kipper or something. A couple of live Lenormands as well, I think. But they won't be as long as the others. So keep an eye out for them. I love the ship in this deck. Isn't it gorgeous? And everyone stay safe, stay healthy, happy, and loving and strong. And I hope you've enjoyed this morning and look after yourselves. And I've had a blast with it. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, Hippie Gypsy.